There's this thing that happens when you become a father. Stuff you used to think about all the time, it just stops mattering as much. Late nights, wasted hours, the little excuses you'd make for yourself. You see them differently now. Because when someone really depends on you, discipline stops being something you work toward. It becomes something you have to figure out. Before you have kids, discipline is mostly a personal thing. You want to get in better shape, be more focused, build better habits, and if you slip, the damage is pretty contained. You fall behind on a goal, you feel off for a few days, but life doesn't stop. Fatherhood changes all of that. And for me, it started before my daughter even came home. Watching my wife go through a C-section, that does something to you. Seeing her go through all of that, vulnerable, strong at the same time, just to bring your child into the world, it rewired something in me. I remember thinking, she just gave everything. What am I giving? That's when it clicked that my habits don't just affect me anymore. They affect her. They affect our daughter. They set the tone for the whole house. Something shifts when you're actually responsible for another person. Not responsible in a vague way. Responsible in the way where they're watching you every day, taking notes, even when you think they're not. And it made me look at some of my own habits honestly. I smoked for years, quit about a week after she was born. And it wasn't just a secondhand smoke. My wife actually showed me research on what's called third-hand smoke. The residue that lingers on your clothes, your skin, surfaces around the house. Kids absorb it. It affects their development. The risk indicators are real. I didn't need more convincing after that. It wasn't willpower that made me quit. It was clarity. When the reason is big enough, the habit loses its grip. And that's the thing responsibility does. It forces you to ask questions you were avoiding. Am I actually taking care of myself? Am I consistent? Or do I just talk about being consistent? Would I want my kid to live the way I'm living right now? Kids are observant in a way most adults underestimate. They clock your routines. They see how you react under pressure. They notice how you treat people. I think about this with the small stuff too. I used to spend hours playing video games, just burning time. I haven't given it up completely, I still play, but now it's maybe an hour or two when she's asleep. Not because gaming is bad, but because I'd rather be present when she's awake. I'd rather be watching her grow than watching a screen. That shift wasn't forced. It happened naturally, because my priorities rearranged themselves. And that's what kids do. They don't take things away from you. They just show you what actually matters. You can tell a child to work hard. You can tell them discipline is important. But what sticks is what they watched you do. Did you follow through when it was hard? Did you show up? Not just for yourself, but for the people who needed you. When you're younger, self-improvement is mostly about you. Fitness, career, money, getting ahead. Nothing wrong with any of that. But fatherhood adds a layer underneath all of it. I've been trying to get back into reading the Bible, back into faith. I'm not consistent with it yet. I'll be honest about that. But I'm trying. And I think that's part of the same shift. It's not just about building a better version of myself for myself anymore. It's about grounding myself in something. Being someone my daughter can look to. Whether that's faith, health, how you handle stress, the motivation changes. It stops being about achievement and starts being about example. Because you're not just building the life you want, you're building the standard your kid thinks is normal. Here's the part worth sitting with. You're not going to get this right every day. I'm still working on the faith side, still figuring out routines, still having days where I wish I'd handled something better. That's just real. But discipline was never about being perfect. It's about what you do after you fall short. Do you reset and go again? Or do you let it slide into the next day and the next? Because your kids aren't just watching you on your best days. They're watching how you respond when things don't go the way you planned. And showing them that you get back up, that you keep trying, might be the most valuable thing you teach them. Becoming a father doesn't automatically make you more disciplined, but it makes the stakes a lot clearer. For me, it was quitting smoking, putting the controller down more, trying to get back to my faith, being there for my wife the way she deserved after everything she went through. None of it was dramatic. It was just things started to matter more than they used to. And I think that's the real lesson fatherhood teaches you about discipline. It's not a motivational switch that flips. It's a quiet, ongoing decision to show up for the people who are counting on you to. The way you live right now is quietly becoming the standard your kid thinks is normal. That's worth thinking about.